And the men's D, 5,000 metres underway. As Tim has just told us, 24 starters towing the line and PBs ranging from 15.45 to 16.22. So if we go through in about 70, 71 seconds per lap, we'll get to that 15.40 mark that a lot of the athletes in this field will be aiming to run tonight. A few AFL umpires doing this as their time trial tonight as well, I'm told, by fellow AFL umpire in our studio, Lockie Rayner, who's not doing his time trial tonight, who's filming the time trials. We'll keep everyone abreast of that in the AFL umpire category. So 2 pacemakers. And yeah, it looks like they're going out around that 15.30, 15.40 pace, which they are actually a little bit slower than right now, so might have to get their skates on. So apparently the umpires have to do an 18.15. So everyone who's entered this race supposedly has a PB of faster than 16.20. So you reckon the umpires in this race should be under that mark? We'll keep you abreast of the race coverage anyway in the umpire category. Probably looking for about 3.10s per kilometre, maybe even probably 3.08s even per kilometre to get around that 15.40 mark. So the pack is starting to split a bit. 5 athletes up the head of it, following our 2 paces. And they're joined by a 6th and a 7th and an 8th and a 9th. There's going to be a nice train of athletes up the front. Okay, and now this train is just connected right up. Our 2 packs are almost one long pack of athletes. So men's D, 3 races to go for this evening at the Box Hill Classic. All our cash has been given away. There's no more random spot prizes, no cash up for grabs, but there is PBs and glory up for grabs. So is Sam Stagg and Flynn Hill, who are trailing our, let's call them 3 pacemakers, because the athlete in the green top at the front of the field couldn't see a bib or a hip number on him. So Sam Stagg with their number 1 hip and Flynn Hill with the number 24 are our first 2 legitimate races in this field. Lockie, are either of them umpires? Sam Stagg is an umpire. Okay, well, there you go. So Sam Stagg wearing the number 1 hip in the fluoro singlet is the first of our umpire category for the race. So pretty good pace so far, hitting around that 15.50 mark. So Sam Stagg in the blue singlet, Flynn Hill in the fluoro yellow. They are your 1-2 sitting behind the paces. But it's well and truly anyone's race. Still with a flood of athletes behind them. Ollie Pratt is also in the mix there, athlete from Mornington we can identify. He's in 4th position. Jacob Cheeseman from Wendouree is sitting in 6th. Now 3 paces out front. Who's going to pace the pacer, you might ask? Well, there's 3 of them. The next pacer will. Will Meggett as well. He is in the blue singlet, unattached athlete who has put himself in the mix up the front of the field. And Clary McIntyre rounding out the whole field in this men's D, 5,000 metres. So heading for that 2K mark. They want to be going through in about a 6:20, maybe even a 6:15 to head for that 15:40 overall pace, overall time. And 6:15, so 6:15 right on that 15:40 pace, which would be a PB for Sam Stagg, Flynn Hill, Ollie Pratt, and Megan at the front of the field. Okay, now 2 paces have stepped off the track. It is just Bradley Hall in the green T-shirt now, leading around the runners. Sam Stagg still leading our umpire category, heading for a sub 16 minutes. Lockie's just told us that he beat him in a race if it came down to it. No, he didn't say that. Stitched him up. So Brad Hall, Flynn Hill, Sam Stagg are your 1, 2, 3. Nicholas Chambers has thrown himself in the mix as well. Ollie Pratt's still there. Will Meggett is still there. And Jacob Cheeseman is still there. Not a breath of wind. The rain as well and truly passed. Might be a couple of puddles out there. Okay, so that's actually Solomon at the head of the field. Miscalled him for the whole race. It's getting late, forgive me. So Solomon is in the fluoro yellow at the head of the field. Solomon, Stagg, Meggett. You 1, 2, 3 for now. And just sitting on the heels of the athlete in front of them. Nick Chambers probably sitting the best in 3rd position there. Just waiting. Bradley Hall doing a great pacing job at the head of the field. See what their 3K time is. They've gone through 2.8 so far. So we'll be looking to go through 3 kilometres in probably about the 9:20 mark. An athlete we haven't mentioned is Alexander Murray. Who is in the all black. So going through that first 3Ks in 9:22. So on pace, 9:23, 9:24 even. So on pace for that 15:40. And Nicholas Chambers is trailing Hall now, taking up the challenge. I was saying he was looking good. And he's up on the heels of Hall as they go 2Ks to go. I always say anyone can run a good first 3Ks of a 5,000 metre race. That's how the last 2Ks goes. And Chambers is showing that he's run the smartest of the field so far. So Chambers, Murray. I think it's Megget who is in the mix as well. Solomon has dropped off now. And Stagg as well. Chambers, Murray, Stagg, and Megget, your 1, 2, 3, 4. With 4 laps to go, Bradley Hall's looking comfortable. You wonder how long he's going to hold on for. So lead's not changing. There's barely a gap widening, but as I say that, Murray's just clipping the heels of Chambers. And Stagg and Megget. Well, they're holding strong for now. 3.5 laps to go for the leaders. As we see all these little packs forming further back in the field. And keep your eyes on Alexander Murray. With almost 3 laps to go, he's just nipping at the heels of Chambers, who's nipping at the heels of our pacer Bradley Hall. I reckon Murray's looking the most comfortable of all of them. We can see Chambers starting to grimace, starting to suck in those deep breaths. Murray looks calm, cool, and collected, the athlete in all black. Sam Stagg, he's been up in the top few the whole time, the athlete in blue singlet. And as I say that, Murray has proven my point. He's gone past Chambers, he's gone past our pacemaker. He's had enough of waiting. He's not leaving anything a chance. He wants to chase his 15.40. His PB is 15.50, but he's going to blow that out of the water tonight. So 2.5 laps to go. 12:30 is his time. So just need a 3:10 to close that last kilometre, which has been ticking off metronomically so far, even going a bit faster than that so far for the first 4 kilometres of this race. So Murray, Chambers starting to tire, the athlete in the pale blue from Glen Huntly. Stagg just getting up on the shoulder of Chambers. So 2 laps to go for Murray. He's aiming for a time of 15.51. Stagg, he's our AFL umpire. He's got a time of 15.45 to his name. He's going to do his best to knock that over tonight. And Chambers, 15.55. Who I think if he holds on strong for these last 2 laps, he'll collect himself a new PB as well. And look at that. What a difference a lap makes. Just talking about the fact that Murray is looking good, looking calm, cool, and collected. And 1 lap later, bang, 30-metre lead. So 600 metres to go. Murray, Stagg, Chambers, and Megget. They're your 1, 2, 3, 4. Stagg has run a remarkably consistent race. Been second or third almost the whole way. But Murray has just been waiting. 2.5 laps to go. Had enough. Punched his way into the lead and has not looked back. 1 lap to go. Now he's sucking in the deep breaths. He'll be aiming to run under 14.40. 14.45 for the very first time. 14.50 for the very first time. He'll go well under 14.50. Stagg. Chambers looks to get one back up on Stagg. And Megget is looking to finish strong as well. Now the flood of athletes coming through with 1 lap to go. All aiming to collect their PBs and go under 16 minutes for the first time. So it is just a matter of how fast Murray will run. It's a to and fro battle between Stagg Chambers and Megget in second, third and fourth. 180, 150 metres to go for Murray. At a time of 15:05. He'll go around 15:35 for his closing time, collecting a PB of about 15 odd seconds. Let's watch the clock as he comes into the final straight. Stagg, Megget and Chambers are charging towards the finish line as well. But unbelievably timed race from Murray. He's done it easily. In a 15:31, 20-second PB if you don't mind. Megget, Stagg and Chambers all under that 15:40 mark. Ollie Pratt charging towards the finish line as well. Now the athletes flooding in towards the finish line, going under 15:50, 15:55. So many of them had 16 minutes as their PB mark. Plenty of PBs in this race tonight.